Ongoing news about Facebook, a lot of pressure on Facebook. And Mark Zuckerberg is not done explaining himself in the company. The Facebook CEO published an op-ed in the Wall Street Journal. The title is "The Facts About Facebook." Zuckerberg is sticking to the message that Facebook is a free service and only uses relevant ads to make money, but never sells users' data. In the op-ed, Zuckerberg says, quote, "We don't sell people's data, even though it's often reported that we do. In fact, selling people's information to advertisers would be counter to our business interests because it would reduce the unique value of our service to advertisers. We have a strong incentive to protect people's information from being accessed by anyone else." Meanwhile, Sheryl Sandberg is also on the defensive tour. She is at Davos and has reportedly told some global leaders, quote, "We did not anticipate all of the risks from connecting so many people. We need to earn back trust." She has also promised that change is coming to Facebook. And our own tech man, Dan Howley, is here on the couches to discuss all this. Hey, Howley.
What's going on? What's going on?
I guess we shouldn't be surprised to hear about the Sandberg stuff, but what do you make of the Zuckerberg op-ed?
I think it's interesting that he went and did an op-ed like this, and it seems like it's a strange time. I feel like he timed it because the controversy is still kind of fresh in our minds, but it's not exactly new to the point where they need to do like serious damage control right now. So it's kind of his way of saying, we let it lie for a bit, and now we want to come out and just kind of explain how we work and why we use your data. And he is right. You know, a lot of times it is reported incorrectly that Facebook sells user data. They do not. They collect a ton of our user data, and then they allow advertisers to see what your data is so that they can target you the right way. So, like, you know, I personally think, you know, and this is my own opinion, but I'd rather get ads that are relevant to me than ads that aren't. Would I rather have no ads at all?
Right, I was just about to say, I'd rather see fewer ads. And also, just to play devil's advocate here, aren't we splitting hairs a little bit? You know, this feels like choosing your corporate jargon, because it's like, okay, they would say, well, we don't sell the data itself to advertisers. Okay, but they make money from advertisers, and they share data with advertisers that they get from you and me.
Yeah, I mean, they basically say, okay.
They profit off it.
Yeah, like if you so I play a lot of video games, right? They'll recognize based on my likes, my interests, whatever, that I play a lot of video games, and then they'll say, okay, EA, we have people that you can target that play video games all the time. Here's how you can do it, and then they'll sell the ads that way. So I mean, it is kind of splitting hairs, but they're not really giving away our data.
I feel like it's like we're playing chess, and it's like, what is Mark Zuckerberg's move here?
Yeah.
Is he trying to appeal to consumers or his customers?
Yeah.
Because
or
this op-ed was on the Wall Street Journal behind a paywall.
Yeah.
So is that for the average Facebook user, or is that for people who actually want to buy advertising on Facebook, being like, we're still a safe platform, still come spend your dollars with us?
Or is it shareholders, which is what I think it's investors.
I don't know. I don't think it was any of those. I think actually it was ahead of, we talk about regulation. And of course, he led with this trying to tie it to,
there's a fourth audience,
it's Facebook's 15-year birthday in like a month. It was odd. It was like, all right, well, that's a month. Why are you doing it now?
Happy birthday to us. Everything is awful.
Pretty much, yeah.
I think because a lot of the concerns are about regulation, about what could happen. And again, we've seen Congress not totally understand when their questions are, how are you making money? They don't understand what's going on or how Facebook actually operates. So I think that actually, to me, when I was reading it, because we all know how it works, but clearly people in D.C. don't.
You read it as an appeal to lawmakers. That's
the way I saw it.
I feel like Congress it's basically like a bunch of 2-year-olds babbling to each other about what Facebook or social media does. They have zero clue. I forget who it was during Sundar Pichai's hearing in front of Congress, but they didn't realize that Google doesn't make the iPhone. They didn't know that you need to opt into things like location tracking, so they have zero understanding of really how this works.
What about their staff and their interns? I wonder why they don't ask those people to help them out.
I think what it is the average person doesn't truly understand how these features work. And so that's what this kind of article is for. And yes, he did push for regulation. That's their own self-interest coming out, because these companies don't want to have a patchwork of laws across the country. California is going to be instituting their own kind of law. So they want to make sure that there's a federal regulation to make sure that everyone's on the same page and it's not too onerous on them.
All right, Dan, thanks so much. We will keep watching Facebook like a hawk.